It's Professor Swag. I just saw the college football playoff results, and it's an absolute disaster. How in the world you reward Alabama and Oregon, who both have lost to unranked opponents at the time, but then you punish three undefeated teams? You punish Cincinnati, even though they got a quality win over Notre Dame. You punish Wake Forest, who we know, God knows, they've had a tough season. Just even them being undefeated is a shocker. And then you turn around and punish Oklahoma because you say they had a bad win against Kansas. But they won. They won the game. So you would rather have Alabama, who so-called has a good loss in the college football playoff, over Oklahoma, that you are basically saying they have a bad win. How do you reward teams that lose? And why does this even make sense? The whole purpose of the college football playoff system was to give more teams opportunities to make the playoffs. To win the championship, in other words. That was the whole purpose. You just rewarded Alabama even though they lost. That's how biased this is. That's why the system needs to be that every conference champion, every conference champion need to have an automatic bid to the championship. In other words, they make the playoffs. Every conference champion, all 10. And if you're not in the conference, whoever the best independent team is should have like a wild card spot. They'd be that 11th seed, and they would have to play the 10th seed, which would be the lowest ranking conference champion, to get in. Then you just have the highest play the lowest. The top two seeds will have an automatic bid if it were up to me. First and second, you did what you were supposed to. You get your automatic bid. Third through 11, you all have to play your way forward. And what happens is, like you say, people don't realize you say it's easier for the higher ranking teams, but not necessarily, because it's hard to stay healthy over 2 or 3 additional games added to a season. People get hurt, it changes the outcome. Not to mention, if a team that's like Coastal Carolina was to go all the way, then they will have truly earned their way to the top. Absolutely. But to go ahead and reward Alabama for a loss, and then you turn around and punish Cincinnati, Oklahoma, and Wake Forest, and they all won games, is absolute bias. This here is so weird, because even though this is football and the committee, the way they think, for some reason, it's kind of similar to old politicians that's stuck in their ways, and we need the rules changed to get them guys out because they ain't gonna never see it nothing but one particular way. That's what this feel like. You have absolutely punished 3 undefeated teams, well, technically 4 when you include UTSA, but you rewarded 2 teams who have a 1 loss. And we ain't gonna even talk about Ohio State, because Ohio State lost to Oregon, and Oregon lost to Stanford. So the only team that has a 1 loss that should even be off in the top 4 is Michigan, because Michigan lost to what's currently the number 3 ranked team. Michigan is the only team that has 1 loss that should truly be considered in the top 4. They lost to Michigan State away, and it was only by 3. It was by 3, and it was because of a turnover at the on their last drive. It wasn't like they wasn't marching downfield. Yes, Michigan State did make a comeback, but Michigan was driving down the field. So, like I said, the committee is truly biased. They SEC biased. They Alabama biased. they're going to have to do away with this current bowl system. They need to go to, if you're a conference champion, you automatically get a bid, and whoever's the best of all the teams that are independent, they should rank them accordingly. So let's say an independent school comes in ranked at like 6. Okay, you put them in a 6 slot, and then maybe those conference teams, whoever's 11th and 10, they play each other to stay in, and then they'll have, justify like, hey, they got that extra victory over the other, and that would be the tiebreaker. The 1 and 2 seed, like I aforementioned, should be automatically into the semifinal. Automatic. But anyway, that's just me airing out. But I gotta say, this week definitely had me beyond mad. Like, really, really mad. This is absolute ridiculousness. Absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, you can follow me here on YouTube at Professor_swag. Swag is spelled with 2 G's. There's a space between the word professor and the underscore that's in front of the word swag. But thank you. You can follow me here. You can follow me on podcast at anchor.fm/professor-swag. Or you can follow me on Instagram at Professor_swag. And like I said, swag is spelled with 2 G's. Have a nice day. Thanks. Peace out.